are the other two? Stratton and Schoenstein?
We looked everywhere, sir, but...
Never mind. It doesn't matter. Have you gentlemen seen your midterm grades yet?
Well, they're not posted yet, sir.
I've seen them. Mr. Kroger, 2 C's, 2 D's, and an F. That's a 1.2 grade average. Congratulations, Kroger. You're at the top of the Delta Pledge class. Mr. Dorfman.
Hello.
0.2. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Mr. Hoover, president of Delta House, 1.6. 4 C's and an F. A fine example you set. Daniel Simpson Day has no grade point average. All courses incomplete. Mr. Blutowski. 0.0. Now I want you to tell Mrs. Stratton and Mr. Schoenstein exactly what I'm about to tell you now.
What's that, sir?
You're out. Finished at Faber, expelled. I want you off this campus at 9 o'clock Monday morning. And I'm sure you'll be happy to know that I have notified your local draft boards and told them that you are now all eligible for military service. Well? Out with it.
What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television. I want to thank all of you guys for stopping by, liking, commenting, sharing. Well, today is the day we earn that subscription. If so, you hit the red subscribe bar down below, because only together can we go straight to the moon, baby. Today we're going to be getting into a retro blast. That's right. A movie from the past that everyone has loved or has become a cult classic. You know, things along those lines. And it's at least 10 years or older because, you know, that's what we do around here. That's the rules for here for the Retro Blast, okay? And the Retro Blast we're doing today is Animal House. Classic comedy coming out July 28th, 1978. Man, it makes me feel like an old man. I'm a year and a half older than this movie. And we'll run through the cast. It may seem like there's a lot of people in here, but there's also some other people, other actors in here that have had like smaller parts. All right, so we got James Widows as Robert Hoover. Stephen First as Flounder, Mark Metcalf as Needlemeyer, James Dalton as Greg Marmalade, James Belushi as Bluto, Kevin Bacon as a character by the name of Chip. We got Peter Regard as Boone, Tom Hulse as Pinto, Tim Matheson as Otter, John Vernon as Dean Wormer, Karen Allen as Katie, Boone's girlfriend, Mary Welland as Mandy, and Martha Smith as Babs. A couple of those ladies are related to some of the bad guys. And Katie's dating one of the good guys, right? Okay, so, and there's a fictional band that played 2 songs in this movie called Otis Day and the Nights, and they perform Shout, and they perform, oh man, what was that secondary song? There's a secondary song they played, and I cannot for the life of me remember now. If you remember, let me know down below. But basically what this movie is about, it's about the fraternity Delta Thou Chi, which is the guys we're rooting for, the good guys, so to speak, right? And the asshole guys the jerk faces are the Omega Theta Pies, right? And again, depending on your point of view, we're going to consider our boys, the Deltas here, the good guys. And little did they know that Dean Wormer, um, which is, there must be something with the character named Wormer because there's a Wormer in Revenge of the Nerds, right? But in this particular movie, Dean Wormer and Greg Marmalade here, Mr. Marmalade, who's the leader of the Omegas, right? You got even Kevin Bacon that's in the Thetas, Omegas, I'm sorry. Mandy, Babs, right? Needlemeyer, that jerk Needlemeyer is all part of the Omega House. And they think they run all the fraternities. But, again, Dean Wormer and Marmalade have made a plan to get the Deltas off of campus. No more fraternity, nothing. They're out. They are on double secret probation. The only time the dean has ever had to whoop out the double secret probation is for the Deltas here. Okay? They are a pack of mischievous party animals that their fraternity really does look like an animal house, all right? You got the typical beer bottles, beer cans all over the place. You got a bar in there. You got what you would expect, a bunch of college age dudes who are all about partying and getting laid and getting drunk. Their house looked like what you would expect it to look like, all right? A big old mess. And the problem is that most of them aren't even really going to school or classes. And I guess maybe, as a dean, you would not want these type of shenanigans to happen on your campus. And that's okay, but the way he's going about it, and he's just super mean, and he's using Marmalade and his guys at the Omega House to get rid of the Deltas, okay? And what ensues is basically a prank war that has then eventually become personal enough to where our guys here at the Delta House have to figure out what the heck to do. There was this one prank that Pluto and Flounder and someone else did on Needlemeyer, because Niedermeyer was like running that local chapter of like the ROTC, right? And he would ride a white horse during training sessions. And one session, Flounder was part of the ROTC, and Niedermeyer started running him down, calling him a fat slob, and telling him to fix his cap after he took it off, knocked it off, and all this stuff. And we see our guy Boone and Otter coming back from golf practice, and they hit Niedermeyer's horse. He goes flying, and as a punishment for Flounder, he has to go clean the horse's stables, right? When Flounder's there doing the stable, we see Pluto and someone else coming and getting him and the horse and bringing him to the dean's office and putting him in the dean's office as a prank. Now, Pluto and the other person was going to prank Flounder within the prank and tell him to shoot the horse. But it was only pranks, and it wasn't really going to kill the horse. So even in the movie, they made it clear that they gave him a gun with blanks. Okay, so don't come after me, Peter. I'm just describing what happens in a movie. Flounder, not realizing it's blanks and trying to look cool, shoots the boomstick up, right? And yes, it was still blanks, but it gave the horse a heart attack. And the horse died right there in the dean's office. And the Omega House set up Otter to be beaten up, right? At some point, Uh, in all of this, Boone, one of the head guys for Delta House, was dating Katie, right? And Katie's trying to get him to stop being such a big goof with his friends, right? To try to get him to realize that he doesn't have to drink every chance he gets or has a party. But when you're in your early 20s and you're in that mind frame, it's kind of hard to listen to anybody. And he winds up finding out that she was cheating on him with a professor, played by Donald Sutherland, Kiefer's dad, and the local college professor slash pot dealer. And Boone obviously leaves when he finds out. They do they do rekindle their relationship at the end of the movie. But I'll explain a little bit more what happens at the end of the movie. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when Otis Day and the Knights come and perform at the fraternity, right? And they perform the song Shout. Now, this was a fictional band, according to the research I'm doing. This was a fictional band made for the movie. And they, like I said, they went and performed at the Delta House the song Shout. And later on in the movie, when some of the Delta guys took Flounder's car, or what Flounder's brother's car, and to go get to go meet some chicks, ladies, girls, they go to this club with the girls, and Otis Day and the Knights are playing there. They stop there because they're seeing they're being spotlighted there, and when they go in, it happens to be exclusively black men and women there at the club, and you can kind of tell that probably not many white people go there. All right, and it's not like that's just the way they're making it appear. And then when our Delta boys sit down with their dates and stuff like that, Boone isn't really realizing like this is the wisest idea, because they're obviously, with the body language and the stares, are not welcome there. And so finally, Flounder being outside with one of the girls smooching and all the stuff, she had the mommy bags out and everything. They scared the rest of the guys to want to leave, so they all ran outside, took off. This movie is definitely a raunchy comedy. If you're not into raunchy comedies, if you're not about random boobs just being out, if you're not worried, if you don't get if you don't get the joke of because at the end, finally through a trial, Wormer expels the boys from the Delta House. Delta House is done. They took everything out of the house. The joke, one of the jokes was even, they're taking everything, even the things that we didn't steal. Okay, at one point when they're taking the possessions out of the house, there's a cow in there. What are they doing with the cow in the frat house? We don't want to know. Okay, we don't want to know. That curiosity bag can stay closed. You feel me? So if you don't like these type of jokes or these innuendos about stuff, this movie's definitely not for you. Okay? And would this be a movie that was made today? I don't know. I don't know if it would be as raunchy, as cool as it was. John Belushi, man, he was obviously a legend in this movie. His comedic timing for me has always been on, and rest in peace to that legend, because he definitely had some classics, man. He's bugging out at one point. He drinks a whole bottle of Jack, and it's one of the famous posters out of the movie that gets sold a lot. He causes a food fight. He He just is a big goof. All right. So what happens is the boys accept that the Delta House is done and they're getting expelled, but they're gonna have one last, as Pluto says, it ain't over till it's we say it's over, right? Well, there's a float parade. There's a I think it's something like a homecoming parade, right? Where you got floats and the marching band and all this stuff. They're going to mess this up. They come with the Delta Boys come up with a plan to take out the Omega and Dean Wormer's float parade there, and they cause mayhem. All right, there's flares, smoke sticks everywhere, causing dissension. Marbles were thrown on the floor. Cop cars were stolen. Floats were destroyed. The Deltas even made themselves a float that they went about and caused mayhem and everything. Dean Wormer goes flying after one of the cars hits the stands that him and his wife were sitting in. Oh, the wife! I forgot Dean Wormer's wife. She met one of the boys, Otter, and they did the taxes. So they even were able to get a little revenge on the Dean before this even. Total chaos ensues, and it's near the end of the movie. And as the chaos is successful and ruins the parade, you get these little updates on these people's lives on what is going to happen after this day. And like for Niedermeyer, it says that he's killed by his own troops during the Vietnam War because he's such an asshole. Like, he's a real piece of work. Katie and Boone get married but divorced 5 years later. Pluto, John Belushi's character, winds up becoming a senator with some random girl he picked up during the chaos there. I don't know how the hell that's going to work out and everything. And then each character that was vital to the movie has a little update. One is like one of these off the grid guys, right? You know, you're never gonna know where he's at. He knows how to hide and stuff. Just a really fun type of movie. Is it the first of its kind or the last of its kind? No, but it's definitely in a tier upon itself. Very rare do you get. Because once raunchy comedy started being a popular thing for a time being, maybe not so much these days because of the climate, but this movie really stands the test of time to this day. I watched it last night at the time of this recording, and it was still having me chuckle, still having me laugh, had me realize that I need to get this on Blu-ray or DVD, because these are the type of movies that in time will be forgotten or altered because of the jokes that may be offensive. And when you get movies that change, some movies are already been altered over the years, and that's why it's always important to have physical media, so then you can watch it the way it was meant to be watched, or as close to how it's meant to be watched, right? So that's my review on this movie. If you love raunchy comedies and you have yet to watch this movie, or just haven't watched it in however many years, give it a go. I want to remind all of you how awesome and amazing you are. Thank you. And until next time, guys, peace, Nookums.